Hey, folks, Michael Mann with Michael Mann Security Services. Hey, it looks like there was some active violence at the Lakewood Church in Houston, Texas, there, Joel Osteen's church last night, or actually yesterday afternoon. News isn't covering much. It sounds like a female adversary armed with some sort of a shoulder fire weapon came in, and reports say now maybe she had a child with her. This person was able to get in, and news reports look like either one person was injured or killed. An off-duty police officer the church had hired had engaged the adversary and then neutralized the adversary. Now, unfortunately, that's all the information I saw last night and this morning because the news cycle is now covering the Super Bowl. So it's a little sketchy on exactly what happened. Let's talk about this act just really quickly. Hey, what are the protection objectives for your church? So this incident create some good questions for you if you're managing your security function at your church, or you're in charge of it, you have somebody else doing this. So in this situation, I wonder, we don't know because we don't have a lot of information, but what could have prevented this versus the response? What does that mean? What could someone have observed or reported that may have stopped this incident before? This was an act of predatory violence. Obviously, there were indicators before this occurred. Were they missed? Were they reported? Or what happened? So that's the first question. Two, I wonder what the site vulnerabilities were if these were missed. Why were these missed? Did the police see this before it happened? Why was there a response? And again, we do not know. It's your church. If you don't have law enforcement officers, or you don't have the resources to do that, to hire off duty police, how does your safety and security ministry prevent this? And another good question is, what about the emergency action plan, the EAP? What were the responses of the church after? Did they follow the EAP? Did they have an emergency action plan? So these are questions to ask anytime that we see active violence or any other kind of undesirable event at a house of worship. Really good questions to ponder on and go back to check to see what this looks like. So, hey, Michael Mann Security Services, our services are security assessments. We'll come into your space, your house of worship, tell you what your threats are, your vulnerabilities, and those things that you need to do to improve those or to mitigate those. Behavior threat detection. We do behavior threat detection. We provide that. We can come to your house of worship at your location. We train a large amount of people. It is a very affordable class, or I can actually do the class online. So everybody comes in on Zoom. They see that. So it doesn't matter if you're in California, Texas, Oklahoma, wherever. I can do that from Tennessee here and teach that class online. We also do an excellent de-escalation training class. Same thing, I can come to your location, or that class can be done online. And just like with behavior threat detection training, I've done this training online for churches all over the country. Medical response. If you need CPR, bleeding control, first aid, etc., Michael Mann Security Services provided that. And of course, arm training. If you want your folks licensed and trained to provide an arm response like we saw at the Lakewood Church yesterday, then Michael Mann Security Services specializes in that. And of course, we write your emergency action plans. I don't see a lot of EAPs in churches most of the time because this is a big task, but this is something that we did for the nuclear, chemical, and corporate security industry for many, many years. So we have lots of experience in developing EAPs. If you want more information about behavior threat detection training, active assault training, or church security training or certification in things like our CSP, our CPS, our church protection specialist, there's the links. Go to the links. Also, if you see down at the bottom, church security certification training, we've got some free training on our Teachable platform. So you can go to that link there, the last one, and you can receive from some free introductory training for your church security ministry, or if you're trying to figure out how this works or what it looks like. And if you want to get a hold of us, folks, you can always get us at contact@michaelmannsecurityservice.com, or you can call me directly at 615-956-3912. And remember, folks, it is about prevention, not response.